Welcome to Ohio, the birthplace of no less than 7 U.S. presidents and home to the Buckeyes.
But we didn't make you walk all the way up that steep hill just for a history lesson.
You're here to compete in the Need for Speed competition.
Every July, hundreds of racers converge here in Akron for the Soapbox Derby World Championships.
And if you thought soapbox derbies were just kids' play, this week you're gonna find out you were sorely mistaken.
Youth versus experience, old school versus new school. I'm your host, Texas Dave, and this is Battle of the Ages.
The Battle of the Ages.
You are so terrible at this, it's insane.
Okay, alright, so yeah.
Welcome to Ohio, the birthplace of no less than 7 U.S. presidents and home to the Buckeyes. But we didn't make you walk all the way up that steep hill just for a history lesson. You're here to compete in the Need for Speed competition. Every July, hundreds of racers converge here in Akron for the Soapbox Derby World Championships. If you thought soapbox derbies were just kids' play, this week you're going to find out you were sorely mistaken. Youth versus experience, old school versus new school. I'm your host, Texas Dave, and this is the Battle of the Ages.
Welcome to Ohio, the birthplace of no less than 7 U.S. presidents and home of the Buckeyes. But we didn't make you walk all the way up that steep hill just for a history lesson. You're here to compete in the Need for Speed competition. Every July, hundreds of racers converge here in Akron for the Soapbox Derby World Championships. If you thought soapbox derbies were just kids' play, this week you're going to find out you were sorely mistaken. Youth versus experience, old school versus new school. I'm your host,
Blake,
the Grumpy Grackle, and this is the Battle of the Ages. Cut!
So, PC, describe yourself personally and or professionally. Oh, we're supposed to close this door, aren't we? Your perspective is very. This is the same thing as your
perspective. That's true. I am watching from old Beaver, Leave It to Beaver shows. You're right.
Describe yourself personally and professionally.
Paul Carpathian, House Armenian. Some people call me Dr. Paul.
Nobody calls it Dr. Paul.
Okay, one guy calls me Dr. Paul. Remodeling contractor, major dude. Ambassador of the old school. Ambassador of the old school, no question about that.
The chief of pen and paper, if you will. I don't even know if you go pen. You're almost pencil and paper.
No, dude, I got it. No. I
Stone tablet?
No, I never make mistakes. Pencils. Dave, describe yourself.
Touche.
Dave, describe yourself personally and professionally.
Personally and professionally, I'm about the same person. High energy, incredibly motivated, hard worker, and easily distracted.
And just.
What I'm most passionate about specifically, because I'm incredibly passionate about everything I do. Are you passionate about interrupting people? Because you're incredibly good at that. You're a pro. You are a pro. You're also a professional hypocrite. I would say I'm most passionate about my profession and my hobby, which is racing cars, specifically rally racing, which is a form of European off-road racing that I've been doing for about 6 years. And in that, the most success we've seen is at the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, which is the second oldest motorsport event in the country, which we have won the past 3 years. I take the same level of passion, though, to everything I do, personally and professionally, whether it's riding mountain bikes, spending time with friends and family, or raking my backyard. It's all the same, trying way too hard and pushing way too hard and stretching myself thin, trying to have myself in too many places at the same time, which I don't know where I get it from.
Well, what I'm passionate about is striving. You know, I kind of believe that anybody who wants to get something done, there's somebody you should pay attention to. I'm passionate about
Did you give him his medication? He's fading pretty hard in here.
What I get excited about is people striving, working towards something they really believe in. That's what gets me excited.
Would it be safe to say you're most passionate about people being passionate about things?
Boring.
What's the last item you built, and why'd you build it?
I built a fence for the chickens out of a bunch of shit I had sitting around the house, and it looks fantastic. Favorite item you built and constructed, and why? I couldn't remember that stuff.
I mean, I'm going to go with the same thing, most recent item I built. Favorite item I built is my race car.
Because you can't remember anything past week.
That's pretty much dead on.
Yeah,
I don't remember ever building anything. The last item I built, that would be our Pikes Peak Hill Climb car. That's the car that we race every year at our big race in Colorado. And I built it because I wanted to win, and we were successful with that 3 years in a row now.
I like building stuff. I like constructing stuff. Oh, did I mention I like building empires?
That's good. Yeah, you haven't mentioned that, but that's true.
I like building empires.
Though I'd say my favorite item that I've built and constructed would probably be my wonderful, loving relationship I have with my father. Stories related to old school or new school you experienced. We were just talking at the dinner table about rakes versus leaf blowers and pen versus computer, and I think both of us fall on either side of the fence very often. I'll definitely say I'm way more prone to new school. When our lawnmower broke when I was a kid, I wanted a new one because that thing was the $150 Sears Craftsman Special, and it was always breaking. But
$55.
I'm sorry, it was $30. It was 18 cents when he bought it brand new in 1837.
But did we get a new one?
Absolutely not.
No.
Oh wait, that's not true. Wait. No, we got a new lawnmower when you went down to the old man who lived at the corner of 45th and Lamar, and you bought a $20 lawnmower out of his yard. I like new stuff. I love new things. I can't. The equipment you're watching this video on is new stuff that I bought because I always got to have the newest, coolest gizmo and gadget for the things that I love to do. But by the same token, I'll never use a leaf blower because nothing beats a rake. I just bought an awesome, about the best rake money can buy.
Of course.
It has to be the best money can buy.
Old is gold. I like the old stuff.
It's relative. To me, old is the 95 Dodge Neon that I just drove across the Mojave Desert just to see if it would make it. That's old school to me.
Old school is my 1956 Ford F-100 called Oscar that the kids had to drive to school. That was their daily driver. Or my 1969 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Reading from a piece of paper.
New school would be pulling it up in your Google Docs off of the email attachment that was forwarded to you from the producer to the casting directors, people of the... You're right. Cars, those silly things, those are going. We're going to go back to trains in no time. Wait, trains, those things are silly. We're going to go back to horses in no time. Horses, we're going to go back to games in no time. Of the old school, I like things that work. I like things that work well. I like things that have been tried and proven and effective. But I'm sure as hell not afraid of some change, and there's nothing that excites me more than innovation, ingenuity, and new and exciting ideas and things. I have a friend who had a 95 Dodge Neon that was sitting on the side of his shop for 5 years, didn't run, had a family of rats living in it, and we decided to see if we could take this car that hadn't run in 7 years and drive it across one of the most intense and grueling 4x4 off-road trails in the country. It was a physical challenge to get the car ready in 2 days and to get ourselves out there in the desert and to get the crap beat out of us driving this car. It was a mechanical challenge because Lord knows that thing wasn't going to make it without braking. And I'll tell you what separates success and failure. What separates success and failure above all else is the drive to win, the motivation to finish, and the ability to not just try anything, because there's a lot of people who are willing to try anything. It's the ability to try, to fail, to learn, and to try smarter, more efficient, and more effective the next time. You'll always find success if you never stop learning from your failures.
We won. We put it together in the last minute and we won. It was through determination and I don't know how the hell we did it. But the difference between us winning and us not having won or other people losing is mostly that we just kept trying until there wasn't anything left to try. And the difference between winning and losing, I think, is when people just sort of say, okay, well, we tried.
Yep.
There's winning and then there's trying.
For an idiot. Old school is shampoo and conditioner. New school is 2-in-1.
Is sham slackers in their place?
We put slackers in their place every day when we wake up and get out of bed.
Wankers.
See, the Goonies is old school. This will let you know what the Goonies
So I'm
is.
pre-old school.
Oh God, you are. You start before my history even starts.
I